rental, we have what you need to look out for. And music's been proven to be one of the best ways to work out your brain, and it's doing just that for a unique group of vocalists. And say you've been putting in time at the gym, but maybe you plateau a bit, you just can't lose the weight. Well, you may need to look at what's called your exercise equivalent. We're going to get into how that works and much more today here on The Now.
Good evening. Tax season is officially here, and today is the first day the IRS will start processing taxes. One concern many have is, how did the government shutdown affect taxes, and how might another shutdown impact filing in the heart of tax season? The Now's Leah Pizzetti has those answers.
Taxes, W-2s, 1098, those words may make you tense up a bit. Throw in the IRS closing for more than a month because of the government shutdown, and tax season becomes stress season. As one local tax professional tells me, it's not as chaotic as you might think.
In a normal year, CPA Joel Sandoval knows what kind of questions clients will ask.
Typical question is, am I going to get my money? Am I going to get my refund?
But this year, the owner of Sandoval Tax says the questions have changed.
Does the government shutdown affect me?
The simple answer, probably not, if you stay on top of your paperwork. Sandoval says during the shutdown this month, the IRS closed, meaning no one was working to answer tax-related questions. If the government shuts down again next month, like President Trump has said he might do if a deal on a border wall is not reached, the IRS will close again.
The biggest thing that the government shutdown is going to do is going to basically cause delays.
Delays for people who aren't prepared. Sandoval says his biggest piece of advice is to get all of your paperwork in order before mid-February, because if the IRS closes, you'll be stuck.
Make sure you have all your documents while the IRS is open, because once they're closed, you're going to have a hard time getting those documents, and then more than likely not be able to file your tax return.
If you do have all of your paperwork in order and file on time, even if there is another shutdown, you will still be able to file your taxes and get your return.
You should be good to go as long as you have all your W-2s, all your tax documents. You should be good to go.
H&R Block says you should receive your W-2 by January 31st. If the government closes again, President Trump has said that would happen February 15th. As always, taxes need to be filed by April 15th, or you can ask for an extension. For The Now, I'm Leah Pizzetti.
Using your cell phone behind the wheel is illegal in California, but officials say the dangerous trend is on the rise once again. According to a new study from the State Office of Traffic Safety, 4.5% of drivers were seen picking up their cell phones while driving last year. That's up a whole percentage in 2017. Officials say there's still some good news. The recent numbers are still down from the almost 8% in 2016. They say under the law passed in 2017, it's illegal for drivers to hold their phone for any reason, and you could face a $162 fine for the first offense and a $285 fine for the second time. If you've been diagnosed with pneumonia or valley fever in the last 2 weeks, you may be eligible for a local study that's looking to improve the treatment of valley fever through research here in Kern County. Last year, almost 3,000 people in Kern County were infected with valley fever, according to the Kern County Health Department. And if it goes untreated, it could become deadly. Now, Valley Fever Institute is asking for the community's help to combat this disease, and the study starts today.
Persons that end up having valley fever will be followed for an extended period, and we will gain information about the disease that they had and the effect of the treatment that they received.
For those interested in the study, they must meet the eligibility requirement and enroll themselves. The trial can last up to 24 months, and the main evaluation is in the first 35 days. You can find those requirements and how to apply online at turnto23.com. Some good news for drivers headed to the pump to fill up. Gas prices have dropped more than 7 cents in just the last week. According to GasBuddy.com, the average price per gallon for Bakersfield is $3.18. That is, however, about 40 cents more than the cost per gallon this time last year. Experts say the future of gas prices could depend on the federal budget and potential shutdowns. They say another prolonged shutdown will hurt the economy and the cost of fuel. Tonight in our current Back in Business segment, do you have a big job interview coming up, or do you want to help others who are in the search for a job? Well, Dress for Success Bakersfield is getting ready to hold their winter sale. The sale runs February 5th through the 9th at their location on 17th Street. Dress for Success provides work-appropriate clothing and career counseling to women in Bakersfield, along with other resources to help them get out of poverty. The money raised from this sale will help them with that mission. Again, the sale starts on the 5th when they open at 10 a.m. And if you're looking for a new job, Golden Empire Transit is looking for bus drivers to work the ride line that's coming to Southwest Bakersfield this spring. That line providing on-demand service for riders similar to Lyft or Uber. Tomorrow, there will be a job fair hosted at the bus depot off Golden State Avenue and F Street. Officials say people interested in applying should bring a resume and their driving record. For more information, including links to apply for a job with Get, head to our website, turn223.com. Well, if you're looking for healthier, fresh food options, especially on the east side of Bakersfield, Kaiser Permanente and the Hens Roost are gearing up for a new farmers market, which will start this weekend. The market will be Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Kaiser Permanente East Hills Medical Office on Mallview Road. In addition to the local businesses offering their goods, there will also be a free flu shot clinic. Organizers say they saw great success with a similar market at the Marketplace in Southwest Bakersfield, so they wanted to bring that to more of the community. Chris?
I'll let this next story serve as a warning, especially if you like staying at Airbnbs when you go on vacation. One man found hidden cameras. Now police are investigating, and the Now's Chris Welch has what you need to look out for.
At first, when Miami visitor Max Vest arrived at his Airbnb rental in this building complex earlier this month, everything seemed just fine.
So he took me up, he showed me my bedroom and bathroom, and was as nice as he could be, and the apartment was nice, and I was happy with it.
It wasn't until he came back from dinner that first night that he saw these.
I noticed these two little black boxes plugged into the outlets, and I was curious what they were. I hadn't seen anything like that before, so I unplugged one of the boxes and noticed at the top, if you look really closely, there's a little hole that looks like it could be a camera.
A quick Google search confirmed his suspicions.
I was shocked. It was definitely a very uncomfortable feeling. I didn't know if I was being watched live. I didn't know if the host was sitting in the other room watching me and watching my every move.
He left, taking the camera's memory cards to Miami police, who tell us they found no video of Vest on the cards, but they did find recordings of many other unsuspecting guests, and they say they're now investigating.
These were motion activated, kind of like a Ring doorbell.
Vest's attorney, Shannon Schott, says they're considering legal action.
Anywhere where you have a reasonable expectation of privacy, another individual cannot record you.
Airbnb has refunded Vest's money and said they've removed the host from their community. Reporting for The Now, I'm Chris Welch.
All right, Chris, thank you. And we have another check of our lineup. And music has been proven to be one of the best ways to work out your brain. Well, it's doing that for a unique group of vocalists. It's a story you'll only see today here on The Now.
labels, formulas, and permits for new beers sold across the country, but couldn't during the shutdown. Even with the government back open, the Brewers Association warns that a backlog could hurt businesses.
It's frustrating being in a holding pattern. We have an awesome collaboration beer that we're waiting to announce, and there's a lot of steps that need to take place, and we can't get past step one.
We're right next to New Belgium's pilot Source Hotel Brewery.
New Belgium opened this brewery inside a hotel as another way to bring customers something innovative, fresh, and new.
They want what's new, what's trendy, they want new flavors and styles. And without TTB approving those, we can't give the consumers what they want.
In the last few weeks, 3 New Belgium beer releases have been delayed and 1 canceled. Spokesperson Jesse Clays is hopeful now the approval process will be swift and the company won't lose money.
Honestly, they just need to come, grab a beer, and figure the thing out. It's kind of ridiculous.
With a temporary solution. For the Now, I'm Kumasi Aaron.
Kamasi, thank you. Let's start the Now news feed. And the number of U.S. homes with handguns is going up. The journal Pediatrics saying today that the amount of children killed from firearm injuries is also going up. Researchers think it's because handguns are more likely to be loaded and unlocked in the home. A Duke professor who said Chinese students should only speak English is stepping down as the head of a master's program. Students are calling for an investigation into her emails. They worry about retaliation against those students who choose to speak Chinese outside of class. A new documentary is renewing interest about sexual abuse claims against the King of Pop. The film Leaving Neverland just premiered at Sundance. It features 2 men who accused Michael Jackson of molesting them as boys. Jackson was acquitted at trial in 2005 and, of course, died in 2009.
Well, speaking of some fun around town, Templar Brewing Company is getting set to host the crowd favorite Minto Brew this weekend. The group joined with other musical performers to pay tribute to reggae singer Bob Marley ahead of what would have been his 74th birthday. Admission is free and open to all ages, and of course that means seating is first come, first serve. That show starts at 6 p.m. at 3200 Buck Owens Boulevard. The biggest game in football is right around the corner, and LA fans are showing their pride, turning iconic city spots blue and gold. Take a look at this. This is the famous Randy's Donuts in the LA area. If you haven't tried a donut there, you should. They're delicious. The owners spending the last 3 days painting the exterior of the building team colors. The makeover, the first in 5 decades for the shop, and is all thanks to Nike. Many fans going out of their way this morning to check it out and snag a donut for breakfast. If you're celebrating here in Bakersfield in a big way, be sure to send us a message on our 23ABC Facebook page and let us know how you're celebrating. That's very, very cool. Congrats to them. All right, we'll take a live look at downtown Bakersfield. Nice chilly day, but I feel like you can kind of almost see it in that roof cam, a little hazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have been seeing reduced visibility, all due to these hazy conditions, air quality unhealthy for sensitive groups today, and that trend will be continuing. A high of 67 degrees, so we are above seasonal, but we did see those cloudy skies, and that's going to be continuing as we head into the rest of the week. We'll have a high of 68 degrees here in Bakersfield, so very similar conditions to what we were feeling today. 64 up in Lake Isabella, and 59 as a high into Tehachapi. But like I said earlier, the bad air quality continues, so we will be unhealthy for sensitive groups again tomorrow. Actually, a few points worse than what we were seeing today with an AQI of 139. And just a friendly reminder that there is no burning unless with a registered device. But these warm temperatures, well, that's going to be changing as we head into the later portion of the week. We're actually tracking a series of storms that is going to be bringing 3 different chances for rain here in Bakersfield. The first one going to be pushing into the county into the early morning hours on Thursday. Looks to be bringing light rain, and again, it's going to be relatively warm, still right around seasonal. So that snow level is going to be at 6,500 feet, and then 2 more right on its heels Friday night into Saturday, and then another one Sunday into Monday. So a high of 67 degrees on Wednesday, dropping down to 59 on Thursday. That's when those rain chances begin, continuing through the weekend into early next week, and it looks like we'll be seeing sunny skies yet again coming next Wednesday. The Now Bakersfield will be right back.
Research shows one of the best ways for your brain to work out is listening to music. Johns Hopkins Medical reports that music can reduce anxiety, blood pressure, pain, improve sleep. The list really goes on. But for our older community here in the United States, creating music is proving to be beneficial as well. And then now's Nicole Vowell shows us how it's working.
Hey, how about we do some warm-ups officially? Stand up for me, please. Stand up. Stand up.
Every rehearsal starts with a good warm-up.
Good. You can massage the back of your neck and shoulders. Down and smooth.
Then choir director Susan Domer,
Nice with the words. Make sure that we are very clear.
cues up the keys.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
And practice
Was a good friend of mine.
is in full swing.
Never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. Sometimes I'll break them up into rounds or parts or things, and you know, we do a good job together. It's funny, we walk through the house preparing dinner, and it's like, ah.
Twice a month, Peggy Mashanya brings her husband Thomas to Forgetful Friends choir rehearsals.
So, but what was the question?
Which song did you like best?
Oh, the bullfrog.
Like Thomas, most members here struggle with the same disease.
Because just to see him with the chorus, you wouldn't know that he has Alzheimer's.
It's okay. We're talking to Nicole for a minute. It's okay. I know.
Much like Peggy, Peter Knutson is a spouse and full-time caregiver.
I try to keep them moving every day, and the music just adds to that. It really helps enhance that.
Joy to the world, all the boys and girls.
This mostly dementia member choir is one of about 70 others just like it across the country.
So music plants memories in our mind.
Janice Priest is part of the Alzheimer's Association and helps start Forgetful Friends, and says music and singing does wonders for the brain and memory for people with dementia.
And people would be amazed that they would know the words, that they would be able to sing.
That's why people like Peggy and Thomas.
She prepares to sing for her voice. She's got a really nice voice.
Keep on coming to sing to help strengthen their mind and memory.
It's amazing that pathway is there, and this is one way to reach it, is through that music. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me.
For the Now, I'm Nicole Vowell reporting.
Great stuff, Nicole. Thank you. And only a quarter of people who are older are considered knowledgeable about retirement. The American College of Financial Services gave people a quiz and asked about taxes, Medicare, Social Security, and retirement plans. Only 26% passed. Most people only answered about half the questions correctly. Quiz takers were most knowledgeable about Medicare planning. Many didn't know a lot about other types of insurance. Well, abusing animals could become a federal crime. This is under a new bipartisan bill just introduced. The Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Act would make animal abuse a felony. Anyone convicted of crushing, burning, drowning, suffocating, or impaling an animal could get up to 7 years in prison. The bill also closes a loophole that requires the abuse to be documented on video. All right, let's get to the Now news feed and new concerns about Amazon's facial recognition software. Researchers say it often misidentifies women with darker skin. Civil rights advocates have been big critics of this software that Amazon hopes will help police identify suspects. Tinder settling a class action lawsuit for $17.3 million. The dating app now charged users who are older than 30 twice as much for premium features. People call that age discrimination. Tinder, though, says it will still plan to give discounts to younger users. Forever stamps now going to cost you a little bit more. This week, the stamps cost 55 cents instead of 50. This change is to offset 2018 losses of $4 billion by the Postal Service. Well, last check of our lineup. If you've been putting in the time at the gym but still just can't seem to lose the weight, you might need to look at your exercise equivalent. We're going to get into all about how that works. That story next here on The Now. Well, we often hear how bad it is to just be sitting at your desk all day, so you might see people who have those standing desks. Well, new research says you really should spring for either a cycling desk or a treadmill desk. Might look a little funny, but you end up burning more calories, and it's important, though, that you do find a balance with this one because researchers say it can interfere with productivity. Now, if you feel like you're putting in the time at the gym, but you just can't seem to lose the weight, you might need to take a look at your exercise equivalent, which is how much you're eating and how long it takes for you to burn it all off. Let's say you have a 170-calorie Starbucks Grande Skinny Mocha. Well, for a 200-pound person, 35 minutes of walking is what it takes to burn that off, even though that was a skinny one. Now, if you're around 150 pounds, just keep walking for 45 minutes. Now, to find this all out for yourself, you want to go to acefitness.org. That's where we went. You plug in your weight, the activity you're doing, and for how long, and it'll tell you how many calories that you'll burn. This way you can better plan out your diet and figure out just how long it'll take to burn off that morning Starbucks run. All right, well, the ideal version of retirement, it's changed. For many of us, it's not saying goodbye to our job and living off our savings anymore. But some people have figured out how to live the retirement life that we dream about, even though their bank accounts are nearly empty. We're going to show you how tomorrow here on The Now.
Coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, providing resources to caregivers and Alzheimer's patients. We're going to have more on the new facility set to open their doors this week in Bakersfield. Again, that's coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, though, we had a beautiful weekend, and now a little bit of a change is on the way, Allison.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to be seeing hazy conditions for your Tuesday. Still above seasonal on Wednesday, but then we are tracking a series of storms bringing rain chances beginning on Thursday, and then we have another chance Friday into Saturday, and then another chance Sunday into Monday. That's going to be dropping temperatures significantly, as well as seeing very windy conditions in the mountains.
Starting to actually feel like the time of year that it actually is. Funny. That's going to do it for us on The Now Bakersfield. We'll see you back here tonight at 11.